Welcome back, everybody, as we go through district by district and look at playoff scenarios, playoff pictures for all the greater Houston area districts. We're now moving on to 19-6A. You can see the district standings. Katy leads at 6-0. Seco Ranch comes in second right now at 5-2. At 4-2 are Tompkins and Jordan. And then 3-3 is Morton Ranch and Peyto. 2-4, Taylor. 1-5, Seven Lakes. 0-7, Maid Creek. How that translates into the playoff picture, Katy has clinched. Seven Lakes and Maid Creek have been eliminated. And the remaining 6 teams are battling for the last 3 spots. So let's take a look at those 6 teams. Seco Ranch, with their remaining schedule, they're open this week. They play Seven Lakes in week 11. Massey Ratings has them as a 20-point favorite in that game. Calprep's 26-point favorite. And what has to happen for Seco Ranch to clinch a playoff spot this week, even though they're not playing, is either of these 2 things happen. Morton Ranch loses, or Tompkins and Peyto win, and if both those happen, then they clinch. But they need one of those 2 to happen to clinch while they're on their open week. For Tompkins, their remaining schedule, they play Jordan, which Massey Prep says they're a 21-point favorite. Calprep's 14-point favorite. Then next week they play Peyto. Massey has them as a 14-point favorite, and Calprep's 17-point favorite. The way the Falcons clinched this week is they need to win versus Jordan and have both Morton Ranch and Peyto lose. For Jordan, the remaining schedule, they play Tompkins this week. Massey has them as a 21-point underdog. Calprep's has them as a 14-point underdog. And then next Thursday night, they play Morton Ranch. This is a coin toss game. You can see Massey Ratings has them as a 1-point favorite, while Calprep's has them as a 1-point underdog. Jordan can clinch this week by winning against Tompkins and having Morton Ranch and Peyto lose. Now for Morton Ranch, the remaining schedule, they're playing Maid Creek, which Massey Ratings says they're a 22-point favorite. Typo there. Calprep's doesn't have them as a 27-point underdog. They have them as a 27-point favorite. And then in week 11, they play Jordan. And again, that's the same game. Basically a coin flip game. Morton Ranch cannot clinch this week. And then for Peyto, their remaining schedule, this week they play Katy Taylor. Massey Ratings has them as a 21-point favorite. Calprep's has them as a 12-point favorite. Against Tompkins, Massey Ratings has them as a 14-point underdog. Calprep's 17-point underdog. They cannot clinch this week. And Katy Taylor, to wrap it up, the remaining schedule, they play Peyto this week. Massey Ratings has them as a 21-point underdog. Calprep's a 12-point underdog. And then they wrap up their season against Katy, where Massey has them as a 36-point underdog, and Calprep's has them as a 47-point underdog. They cannot clinch this week, and they must win both of their remaining games to have any chance of making the playoffs. This wraps it up for our look at 19-6A playoff picture going into week 10. Tune back later, and we'll be looking into 20-6A.